Good afternoon, all. On behalf of IoT Academy, in association with AVP College of Arts and Science, Tirupur, we welcome the faculties of AVP College of Arts and Science and the participants joined here for the first session of National Level Faculty Development Program on Quality Enhancement in Teaching and Learning. AVP College of Arts and Science was started in the year 2015 by AP Arul Jyoti Educational Trust to provide quality education to young and aspiring minds bearing the motto Research, Innovation and Prosperity. At present, the college offers 14 UG courses and 3 PG courses. It renders an effective curriculum which unveils the standards and core competencies of the students like analytical abilities, creative thinking, and problem-solving skills. The college strives to create a suitable arena for all-round developments which enable the students to serve the country with great vigor and enthusiasm and to face challenges. The highly qualified and experienced faculty members are committed to enrich the knowledge of the students. Our chairman, Sir Rotarian, past district governor, major donor, Mr. A. Karthikeyan is heading for educational institutions, AVP CBSE School at Gandhinagar, AVP Matriculation Schools at Gandhinagar and Pundi, and AVP College of Arts and Science. He has more than 20 years of experience in the field of education. He is a renowned person known for his simplicity, educational, and social service. We would like to invite Mr. A. Karthikeyan, Chairman, AVP College of Arts and Science, to address the gathering.
Good afternoon. I thank IoT Academy for coordinating the national level faculty 5-day development program on quality enhancement in teaching and learning projects. I thank IQAC department, Mrs. Savita and Mohan Prabha, for your coordination in this regard. Nowadays, it's very important that we have to enhance ourselves in technical way and as well as in our career also. So that's very important for each and every people. Unless otherwise we update ourselves and we will be outdated. That is what I just used to say everyone, that everyone should update ourselves in all the areas. So that nowadays the UGC and all the universities are bringing in a lot of technologies, so that now and then we have to little go ahead and we have to think ourselves deep within, so that if you do that, so that we can also deliver a good quality education for our students also. On this auspicious day, that I also I feel proud to join with this IoT Academy and IQAC department of IVP CAS to give the quality enhancement in teaching learning process. I thank IoT Academy and as well as IQAC department for a very good initiative that you have taken. Thank you so much. Wish you all good luck.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you, sir. Let me introduce the research person of today's session, Dr. T. Pani Madhavi. Dr. T. Pani Madhavi is currently working as Professor, Department of Civil Engineering, Bapatla Engineering College, Andhra Pradesh. Her educational qualifications include BTech, MTech, and PhD in Civil Engineering. She has more than a decade of experience in teaching, research, administration, and industry. She has to her credit 2 book chapters and has presented more than 25 research papers in index journals and conferences. She is the editor, advisory board member, International Scientific Committee, and reviewer for more than 20 indexed national and international journals. Dr. Pani Madhavi is the recipient of several awards and honors, such as Expert Lecturer and Research Person Award, Best Reviewer, Inspiring Educator, Outstanding Researcher Award, Bharat Ratna Indira Gandhi Gold Medal Award, Best Young Scientist Award, and Certificate of Appreciation for contribution in the area of civil and environmental engineering from various national and international organizations. She has organized numerous national and international conferences and also holds memberships in several professional bodies. We welcome you, ma'am, and with this, we hand over the session to Dr. Pani Madhavi. Ma'am, please.
Thank you, madam, for introducing me. Thank you very much. So today I'm going to share my knowledge about emotional intelligence in workplace and how to deal with this what are the different impacts of emotional intelligence in particularly in working place, uh, how we have to get benefited by using this valuable skill in a working place. As we know, people are suffering a lot in working places with variety of problems nowadays. That is because lack of maturity about the certain situations and how to understand those situations and how to deal with situations physically and mentally sometimes. Most of the times what will happen, people will misunderstand due to several factors such as improper communication, misguidance, sometimes lack of proper communication, verbal or non-verbal way of communicating things. So because of all these things, sometimes we are showing a very poor performance in our working place, and sometimes it may leads to the uh, organization also badly affects the organization. So that's everyone must be aware of this emotional intelligence in workplace, how to deal this. And today I am going to share my knowledge on this precious topic. First, let me start. What are the contents I am going to share with all of you? Introduction about the emotional intelligence, so why this is very much required for us? What is the importance of this emotional intelligence, particularly in our working places? And what are the major key elements of emotional intelligence in workplace? So that we have to understand first, because people may feel that this may be a very new word which many people may not even aware of this. So, because intelligence means generally we always think about it may be something related to intellectual quotient or something related the parameter which measures our brilliance, just like that. But people may not, most of the people may not aware of our own emotions and how to deal with our own emotions and what are the key elements of emotional intelligence, particularly in working place, and what are the benefits of emotional intelligence. Once if we understand the importance of this emotional intelligence, definitely we can successfully lead in our working places, as well as we can perform much better among with all our colleagues and co-workers. And why emotional intelligence is required for everyone in working place, it's not only a matter of any one particular individual, or it may be something related to the higher officials, or this parameter may be something related to the people who are there at leadership roles. It's not like that. So this emotional intelligence is very much required for every human being who are working in variety of organizations and performing variety of roles, starting from an entry level role to the highest positions. So, and finally, how we can conclude this topic. So, these are all the contents today I'm going to share with all of you. First, let me thank for giving me this opportunity to the organizers as well as the academicians who are involved in this valuable event. First, let me start the introduction about this emotional intelligence. Generally, what will happen? Suppose some people will work in schools, colleges, universities, sometimes hospitals, restaurants, hotels, software companies. Like that, many organizations, we all are working together. So in that places, what will happen? The working place usually it will be filled with variety of works. Suppose if you take, I think many people might have experienced, particularly in, for example, I can say academic field. Being an academician, in golden days, we used to think that uh, the role of an academician is just only to teach in the classroom. That is the major role we have to perform, and that is the only role in those days. But now the scenario was completely changed. An academician is performing a variety of roles, such as he is acting as a mentor to counseling the students. So the academicians are acting as the class counselors. They are giving guidance to the research related activities, and they are actively involving in several aggregation activities, and they are organizing several programs such as workshops, international and conferences, workshops, faculty development programs, all these things in many colleges and universities, the faculty and academicians are performing all these things. So that's why, for example, we can say about the education field, variety of works we are doing in working place. Sometimes it gives a lot of stress and pressure. Sometimes it gives more anxiety and happiness also. Sometimes we may feel that something is happening in our surroundings, in a very dramatic situations are happening. Sometimes we may feel that something is going to happen bad for us. Sometimes we may feel that our job may not be a secured one. Something is going to happen for us. Such kind of things we are emotionally feeling sometimes in some occasions. So this happening in most of the fields. Either it may be an academic field or it may be an software field or any other. So all this, it can impact minds of people and feelings. Suppose if our surrounding environment is filled with a lot of negative gossips or something like rumors or some kind of information if you are continuously hearing, definitely it has a lot of impact on our minds, on our thoughts, and sometimes we may not focus concentration also on whatever the work we are doing. So all these disturbs emotionally. So in some colleagues also may not be in a proper way. Some people may mingle with everyone and they can cooperate with what are all the organization was assigning to us. So, but some colleagues they always try to escape from the work, and some people they do not cooperate, and sometimes some people might have some kind of ego feelings and all, just like you are my junior, I am your senior, such kind of things. So, but whoever the employee, at what level we are working, either it may be an entry level position or it may be at the higher positions, we have to manage our feelings effectively. So that indicates the level of emotional intelligence. So here it's the matter of our own emotions and the people who are there in our surroundings and their emotions also we have to consider. Suppose if we are doing one activity, how that activity has an impact on our surrounding people, that also we have to always think. It's not like single man issue. It's a group of people we have to work together by balancing our emotions as well as our surrounding people emotions also in workplace. So that's why because of this emotional intelligence in workplace plays a very important role, which is one of the most crucial, and this skill is very much required, particularly those who are there in leadership positions. So it helps the employees to understand and manage their own emotions and our surrounding emotions. Then only we can work happily and we can show maximum performance whatever the tasks we are doing. First, let us know what is meant by this emotional intelligence. Usually, we think this emotional intelligence may be something, a word which is totally different. We have never heard this word. Definitely, it may be for most of the people, it may be a new word which even we may not even hear anywhere or elsewhere. But this emotional intelligence, we can define how much capable we are, person, how capable we are to recognize and to understand and to manage our own emotions and influence the emotions of the people around us. Suppose if we hear some information, so immediately we will think about that. Immediately we start thinking about that information, and we try to understand what is the content of that particular information. Sometimes that information may be a good, or sometimes it may be a bad information, which may disturb us emotionally. So, but we have to manage such kind of things. The such kind of capability we have to develop in among ourselves. So, and we have to manage our own emotions, and we have to influence the emotions of the people who are there working along with us and around us. So this term in the year 1990, first time, the term emotional intelligence, it was first formulated, it was first coined by two psychology professors, and they are the very good researchers named as John Mayer and Peter Salovey. So these two are the people who first introduced this word in the year 1990, the term emotional intelligence. But After years, it was popularized by the psychologist Daniel Goleman in the later years. So let us know what is this emotional intelligence, what are the different components and key elements in this, and what is the importance of this emotional intelligence. So in what way it will helps us, and what is the importance of this emotional intelligence? So generally, this emotional understanding. Sometimes what will happen in our home, we are in a family, we are only 3 to 4 people will live together. Sometimes our own family members also we cannot understand effectively, and we may misunderstand, and because of that reason, sometimes some kind of conflicts also we may face in our family itself, or sometimes with our friends also. So that's why in working place also this kind of emotional understanding helps us to make effective decisions, because usually in whatever the organization we are working, we have to work together, and we have to take the decisions in a team, and also that decisions must be more effective decisions, and we have to solve several critical problems what the organization needs, and we have to communicate with others efficiently about all these things. So that's why by performing all these activities, an emotional understanding among the people, within the people, or in a group of people, or in a team of people, it is this emotional understanding helps us to make very good decisions, so that we can solve the problems effectively. And also emotional intelligence plays an important role in success and intellectual quotient. Usually we believe that the people who are having very good intellectual quotient play very good part, and that we use that cannot be emotional always promotes an atmosphere of high positivity in the workplace, and they know how to handle difficult situations, and they gain reputation for resolving the conflict also. So that's why emotional intelligence plays an important role in success than intelligent intellectual people. For example, a study was found that in UC Berkeley, they determined that emotional intelligence was 4 times better at predicting a person's success than measuring intellectual quotient. So it means what it means, the emotional intelligence plays an 4 times better role at predicting the success of an individual person when if we measure the person's intellectual quotient. So that's why the concept of emotional intelligence pays attention among the human resource managers, because first in any organization the HR managers only start the recruitment process of individual people. So it is that's why once if they identify the importance of this, the emotional intelligence of an individual person during the recruitment process itself, they can select a very good person. They can contribute a very good person to the company's requirements. That's why the concept of emotional intelligence pays an attention among the human resources managers and business leaders, and it influences on employee overall performance and workplace. And that's why finally the job satisfaction also definitely it will increase. The job satisfaction levels also we can easily uh, enhance. So we can perform very good performance also we can show for the progress of towards the progress of the organization. So that's why all this is the importance of emotional intelligence. So this concept came into the picture to help the organizations as well as to grow the individuals effectively. So let us know about what are the key elements. What are the key elements of emotional intelligence in a workplace? So there is a researcher named Daniel Goleman. His name is Daniel Goleman. He is the person back when the first popularized emotional intelligence broke the concept down into the important elements. Those elements include self-awareness and self-regulation, empathy, motivation, and social skills. So these are all the important key elements and components of emotional intelligence wherever the organization is working together. So let us see about each and every element, and how to improve. how to improve self-awareness, how to improve self-regulation, and how to improve the empathy, how to improve our motivation, intrinsic motivation, and how to improve the social skills. So, in what way we have to develop ourselves in order to reach a very good emotional intelligence levels, in particularly in working place. Let us see about all these elements. The first one is how to become more self-aware. Most of the times what will happen, we used to face so many conflicts because we don't know what we need, and we are not aware of ourselves, our requirements, our thoughts, in what direction we are thinking, and what we finally need to perform the job task. So that's why we should be more cautious and pay attention to how you are feeling, how we are feeling. Some information we have heard, or some kind of incident was happened in our surroundings. How much attention we have to pay on that particular situation or particular information, and towards that we have to feel. So in that we should be very cautious about that, and we have to identify and access the emotional strength and weaknesses. Some people may be strong in some areas, and some people may be weak in some aspects of our emotions. So we have to identify where we are feeling more sensitized and where we are very strong emotionally regarding to self awareness of ourselves. And we have to remember that emotions are short lived. Whatever the emotion we have, it may be a happiness, it may be anxiety, it may be stress, it may be pressure, it may be excitement, whatever it is, all our emotions are always short lived. We cannot carry on for years and years or for long duration. That's why, whatever the incident happened, we must always keep in our mind that our emotions are short lived. So, we have to be self control ourselves, and we have to take some time to react whatever the event was happened or whatever the information we have received. Next, we have to follow a daily schedule. Daily schedule means when we have to start the work, when we have to finish the work. So that's why we have to prepare a proper daily schedule regarding what are all the activities we are doing in workplace, so that we are aware that what we are doing and what we are doing and what we can finish the work, how much time we need to complete the assigned task from the employer. So we have to come. Next one is we have to communicate with the employees. So because most of the professions will be like a teamwork, we have to work together and we have to submit the work to the higher authorities. In that particular situation, we must need to develop very good sometimes written communication with our colleagues or with our the co-workers who are working along with us. Suppose if we are at a leadership positions, then in that situation also we have to communicate what we are expecting from the employees, and what kind of work we are expecting from the employees, and how that work must be completed in the given specified time. So that's why even though we are in the leadership roles, we have to properly communicate with our employees. That is, in that way also we can improve the self awareness. Next, we have to develop a morning routine that keeps you in the right mind. So every day, whenever we wake up, we have to concentrate. We have to start any kind of task with the fresh mind. Then only we can perform that impact will carry on up to the end of the day. So that's why we have to follow all these points to improve and to become more self-aware of ourselves, to perform our job roles effectively. Next, please. No, next one, next key element was how to practice self-regulation skill in workplace. Sometimes people, if you could observe, people they cannot control their emotions. They will immediately blast in the workplace itself. They will immediately express whatever the feeling they have. So we have to discover the technique to relieve from workplace pressure and stress. So our emotions, whatever the stress we are feeling, whatever the pressure we are experiencing, we have to carefully discover among ourselves, and we have to apply the suitable technique to regulate our emotions in a proper way, particularly in working places. So then only we can control the pressure and stress effectively. And also keep yourselves always cool. You should not be more excited, or you should not be more anger, or it is not required to immediately respond aggressively, whatever the information you got the information from your higher authorities, or whatever the information from your surrounding people, or sometimes it may be from the employer. So you always keep yourself cool and with the positive mindset. Then you have to think and analyze carefully before making the decisions. If some kind of work you are going to start in your working place, you first take some sufficient time. Think about what was the task was assigned for you, and analyze how to start the work and how to finish the work. What kind of help you need to finish the complete task, and how to understand, how to analyze carefully before making decision. You take sufficient time before going to take a to start the work, or you take a bigger decision. So that is also one of the practice we have to develop in order to self-regulate ourselves in working place. Next, take a moment before responding to criticism. Usually, most of the times when we see in working places, whatever the level of the company, organization, it may be a small organization or it may be a big organization. Usually, we heard so many, sometimes some kind of negative comments we may hear, sometimes some kind of rumors and gossips we may hear. So we immediately respond. If somebody says something about us badly, immediately we criticize. Immediately we become so angry. So that's why you take a time. Don't respond immediately for such kind of things. Take a moment before responding to criticism and such kind of negative issues. So avoid toxic environments in a constructive manner. Sometimes people will disturb a lot. That sometimes our surrounding people may not follow some kind of professional ethics. They always tries to disturb us. They always try to spoil the working environment. They always try to develop office politics, company politics. This also will happen most of the times. So we have to avoid such kind of toxic environment, and we should be very strong, and we should not be sensitized with such kind of toxic environments. We have to face it in a healthy, constructive manner. Then we can easily overtake that problem. So these are the points we have to practice to self-regulate ourselves. This very good skill we have to develop in workplace. If you follow all these things, we can develop a very good cordial relationships among our co-workers also. So next, please, how to improve empathy in workplace. First of all, what is meant by empathy? Empathy means whatever we are doing. Suppose I am doing one task, I may feel in a different way, the other person may feel in a different way. So in that case, we have to understand others' person's point of view. How we will think, how the other person will think, in that point of view, we have to understand. That we have to pay the attention to how we respond to others. How we have to respond to others' opinions or others' feelings, and how to convince them. Find out the potential outcomes of a decision and what kind of impact it exhibits on team members. So that's why uh, we have to, before taking the decision, we have to think what are the potential. If we say something, how the result may come, how the people may react. We have to think from their point of view also. It's not like one-sided decisions. It's like others' point of view also we have to always think. So, and what kind of impact it exhibits on the team members if we say if we have taken some kind of decision, how it impacts on all the team members. That also we have to keep always in mind. Get to know your employees' attributes. What are their attributes? How they are thinking? Whether their attitude is in their thoughts, or their attitude or their way of thinking is in a proper way or not. Also, we have to know among its surrounding people. Then we have to identify, recognize, and accept others' input, and we have to thank them for expressing an opinion. Because usually in team roles, if we are playing, we used to give such level of freedom to all the team members to express their opinions. We have to listen all those opinions. We have to understand, and we have to recognize who are all the people giving very good valuable decisions which will be very much useful for the team as well as for the organization goals. In order to reach the organization goals, we have to recognize the valuable suggestions of the team members also. So we have to identify that also, and we have to keep those things also we have to keep in mind. So, and we have to practice to appreciate other people's works. In our team, some people will perform much better. Sometimes a team leader may not perform well, but the members who are there in the team, they can show very good performance. In that cases, the leader has to appreciate people's work, and the people and people who are there on the leadership roles, they have to appreciate, they have to develop a habit of practice to appreciate the people's work. That gives a lot of that develops trust among the people, and that develops respect among the people, and it can develops very to maintain very good cordial relationship among the workers. So that's why in these are all the ways we can effectively to improve the empathy in working place by thinking from the other's point of view. That is very important. That is called as empathy in one of the key element in emotional intelligence. And how to improve intrinsic motivation in the workplace. This motivation is one of the very important factor. Many people have a lot of capabilities, but they are lagging in the motivation uh, from other side. Sometimes people, they can realize and they can come forward, they can perform very good performance they can. So motivation always very much required, whoever the person it may be, and at what level they are in the organization. Sometimes uh, if we face any failure in our work, sometimes we may not perform much better, then automatically we may demotivate and we may lose interest on the work. Sometimes we may feel so depressed also. So we have to improve intrinsic motivation in the. Usually people will be more passionate. If the people who are more passionate towards their work, no need of any motivation for them. They don't bother about whether others are recognizing or not, others are appreciating our work or not. They never bother about all those things. They always keep working on and they enjoy with their work, and they don't run for the material rewards and awards, such kind of things, and they don't expect if somebody has to recognize them. They're always passionate about their work. They love whatever the work they are doing, and they are committed and they are dedicated towards the work. They always practice to maintain a positive and optimistic attitude, even though sometimes if you are doing a very big project, we may face a certain level of failure, and we may not get some kind of expected results from the other side. And whatever the efforts we put, we may not get the expected results. In such kind of situations also, we should not disappoint. We have to again start and we have to move forward with a lot of positive and optimistic attitude. And by combining with all our team members also, we have to motivate them. So here, working with passion is very important. So that gives that enhances the motivation. Suppose if we identify any member in the team is demotivated because of several factors, then it is we have to take the responsibility and we have to identify who are the people are demotivated and who are the people are looking very dull and low performance. We have to first identify them and we have to motivate them with words, either verbally, or we have to encourage them, we have to appreciate them, we have to give a positive feedback about their what are all they already put on the work. So in that way, we can improve the intrinsic motivation in individual persons in working place. So these are all the different ways or to improve the intrinsic motivation in the workplace. Next important key element is social skills. As we know, we are the human beings. We are socially, socially we have to live. We cannot go to the forest and we cannot live. So definitely, if we like it or not, we all are social human beings. So we have to live in the society along with many human beings, along with many people we have to be. So in that aspect, we have to improve how to happily interact with the people socially. So how to accept the other persons and how to mingle with the society and how to connect with the variety of people, because society means here social skill means people maybe from different backgrounds. Sometimes we may go to other country, we may live there for long duration, and we are working in companies or organizations in other states where the language even we may not know. Sometimes we may go to other countries. There also there are a lot of diversity we can observe. So in that particular situations also, if we are having a very good, strong social skill, we can happily lead whatever the work is assigned to us in the companies or organizations. For all the variety of people in our surrounding is there, we can work together along with the diverse variety of people from different backgrounds in all over the world. So this is a social skill must be improved. So always people think that we internally we always expect that whatever we say, the other person has to listen. That usually we are having such kind of habit in most of the times. So we don't bother about what other person is saying. So we always keep talking, but we don't know how other person is receiving the information, what we are saying, and how they are thinking, how they are understanding, how they are feeling about the information what we are talking in front of them. So that's why if we want to improve the social skill, the first thing is always we should be an active listener. Rather than talking, first thing is you be an active listener and listen what the other person is saying. Then you next one you practice public speaking. Speaking means we can go to some conferences. We can go to some or we can attend some family functions also. There also we can talk in front of a group of people. Then we can express our feelings. We can talk openly. We can raise some questions. We can interact with the people. If we start developing such kind of public speaking habit, definitely our social life will be very beautiful. We can enjoy the relationships with the many people. So and next one we have to pay keen attention to non-verbal communication. Sometimes the people may give some non-verbal communication. They don't their body language itself gives some kind of negative communication it will give to us. So there is suppose if we feel some people they feel so angry, they simply they don't talk anything. They simply give some kind of body language. It will change and they will exhibit their angry in front of us. So that also we have to pay a lot of keen attention on a non-verbal communication. Some people they will give some kind of signals and all. We have to understand that signals also, and we have to pay some keen attention to such kind of non-verbal communication and sharpen your persuasion skills. Persuasion skills means what? We have to focus on how to convince the people, so that once we convince the people, we can easily avoid the conflicts. We can resolve the conflicts among the people. So this persuasion skill is a very skillfully we have to handle socially. So this convincing nature is, suppose if we go to interview, what will happen? That we will negotiate at the time of salary. Always the employer tries how to get a person with the lesser salary. We always try how to get good salary, more salary, like that we used to try and we used to negotiate in that conversation. So what will happen? We have to convince the employer that we have so much skills, we have so much, we are how potential we are, that we have to explain to the employer during interviews and all. Then we have to convince them. Then we can ask whatever the salary expectations we have. So that's why this persuasion skill is very much required in every way in our life. We have to convince the people, either it may be in our workplace or it may be in family issues, wherever it is. Particularly if we convince our team members, then the team can move forward successfully. and they can show, they can exhibit very good results also, whatever the task was assigned to the team and team members. So this persuasion is very good, important, very much required skill. Next important social skill was how to resolve workplace conflicts. Sometimes what will happen, there was some kind of recession was happened. So suddenly the company may take a decision that we are going to remove the people. So then immediately a dramatic kind of situations may arise. How they are going to remove, on what basis they are or terminate the people from the organization, on what basis they are going to select the people. Definitely they may not select immediately all at that main company, they cannot close. But in that situation arises, the company, they may apply different kind of strategies on the working environment. So in that situation we have to this social skill, it helps to resolve the workplace. Sometimes conflicts also may rise among the co-workers, among the people. Some toxic colleagues also might be there, so they will play different kind of dramas. Sometimes the employer also may be a toxic employer, they also try to always trouble the employees, just like that. So they create such kind of dramatic situations. So we have, if we are having very good interpersonal skills, if we are having if we are a good listener, if we are having good public speaking skills, and if we are having very good convincing skills, and easily we can resolve any workplace conflict, and we can avoid the dramatic kind of situations effectively, so that we can develop a very good relationships also. So if we are having very good social skill, we can easily establish relationship management also, we can do effectively. So these are all the important key elements, like self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, motivation, social skills. These are all the wonderful important key elements which was introduced by Daniel Goleman, and he was introduced. These are, if we effectively follow all these key elements, definitely the emotional intelligence of the individual person also can easily we can establish, we can develop, we can improve ourselves, and we can control our emotions, and we can perform very good performance we can show in one place. Next, please. Next one. What are the benefits? As of now, we have talked about so much information. What is meant by the emotional intelligence? What is the importance of these? What are the different key elements are there which has a great impact on this emotional intelligence of an individual person, particularly in working place, and also the group of people, how it has, what kind of impacts it has. Now let us see what are the benefits. What are the benefits of emotional intelligence at workplace? So benefits means we can come. It means what are the uses or what are the advantages of this? How we will be benefited from this skill emotional intelligence. So what will happen? Suppose if we develop, if we improve all the key elements, what are all the important components already discussed, such as self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, motivation, social skills. If we improve all these areas, what will happen? Obviously, we can communication, great communication we can exhibit in our working place, and whatever the difficult problems uh, the organization is giving to us, we can take better decision making. That capability is automatically will be increased if we have a very good emotional intelligence. So better decision making we can take in our workplace. And if we take a good decision making, whatever the problem is given to us, automatically it improves our performance. Once the performance, the team, either it may be individual performance, individual person performance, or it may be a group of people performance, or a team performance, it will obviously, definitely it will enhance. And also we can establish a very good relationships, we can establish a very good networking also, internally as well as externally also, in the working place. So these are the very good changes or users benefits we can observe once if we are very strong in the key components, in the key elements of emotional intelligence. So that's why great communication. Once the communication was properly, if you are exhibiting our communication, automatically the work will be understanding by everyone effectively. Once the problem is understanding by everyone through good communication, automatically the group of people or an individual person can think about the problem and they can resolve the problem, whatever the problem given to them. In that process, they will take a wonderful decisions along with a group of people in working place. And once the decision was good, automatically the outcome will be much better. And so that we can enjoy the relationships also in the working place. And we can finish the whatever the crucial projects, what are the crucial works, what are the important works the organization is expecting from the employees. We can easily finish the task and we can happily enjoy the job, and we can achieve very good job satisfaction also, along with many appreciations from the employer. So these are all the benefits of emotional intelligence at workplace. Sometimes the person may not be an excellent intelligent quotient, it may not have, may not be required that much also. But if the person has very wonderful emotional intelligence, then he can exhibit very good role in wherever the place he works. But please remember that if suppose any employee which is having very low emotional performance, definitely it can impact on everybody's also, on everyone. Suppose there is one person who is having very low emotional intelligence, then automatically he will exhibit very low performance in the workplace. So what will happen because of that one particular person, the remaining people who are, even though they are having very high emotional intelligence, but definitely it affects them very badly. It will spoil the work also. It may leads to the failure of the work. Even there is one single low person which is having a low emotional intelligence. So that's why we should be very cautious about this. The employees who are exhibiting very low emotional intelligence. So even one person at the workplace has poor emotional intelligence, it can affect the entire work and it can affect the everyone who are involved in the work. So we should be very cautious about this. So and also emotional intelligence needs to exhibit from every position within the organization. As I said, this emotional intelligence is not the parameter. It is not the parameter related to any one particular group of people. Everyone, maybe starting from an entry level worker to the highest most leadership role who are there, that person also they have to they are in need of this emotional intelligence. So such importance it has, so to exhibit from every position within the organization. So that's why everyone, such as entry level workers, maybe they are the managers, very senior managers, or they are the department heads in any organization, and they are the highly experienced HR executives or any kind. They may be the ministers, they may be the MLAs, they may be the political leaders, whoever it may be. Everyone needs this emotional intelligence. This is required for everyone. If a child is going to the school, they also has to develop this emotional intelligence. For those school children also, this emotional intelligence is very much required, and they have to improve on this task. Then it is very much required that everyone at all levels has to master themselves in emotional intelligence in order to advance in their career as well as organization. Once if the person, individual person is very strong in emotional intelligence, definitely they will exhibit all kind of roles, whatever given to them, they can perform much better. They can perform much better. So if such kind of people are there in a team, suppose a team maybe 5 or 10 members, if all those people having very good emotional intelligence along with the intellectual quotient, then the team may be definitely a successful team. They can exhibit much better. So that's why it is our responsibility to develop and to improve this emotional intelligence by ourselves. Nobody will come and teach always. So if once we know the importance of this emotional intelligence in our regular life, wherever we are working, so we have to always, we should be very cautious how to start our life, how to perform all our duties from morning to evening, how to talk with, how to communicate with our co-colleagues, and how to work together in a team. and how to control our own emotions, and how to communicate effectively, and how to listen if other person is saying something. So how to interact with the people, how to understand the emotions of the other people. It's not like our own version, the other person version, what they are saying, we have to listen. That is also very much important. And once we take some kind of decision, how it disturbs or how it impacts the emotion of the other person, that also we have to keep in mind. So that's why all these things we have to balance. So it is the duty and responsibility of an individual person. We have to know the importance of this emotional intelligence, particularly in place. Once everyone realize the importance of this, the necessity of this emotional intelligence in workplace, definitely we can happily work together. We can perform much better. We can get very good incentives or appreciations from the employer. Automatically, the company also will grow forward and stands in the topmost position in the industrial sector and whatever it may be. And also we can experience job satisfaction. The important thing, the most important and the most difficult task is, most of the times we don't feel happy with our job. We always say, I don't have that much, I don't have this, I don't have that facility. Such kind of so many complaints we have, we always worry. But once if we are properly balancing this emotional intelligence skill, if we are developing, improving in ourselves, definitely we can experience job satisfaction. Satisfaction is very difficult. Achieving satisfactory level is very much difficult. So that is very much difficult. So usually we don't satisfy that much easily for anything. We always try to find some faults in ourselves or sometimes in others. So getting satisfaction, yes, I was very happy in my job. I am enjoying my job. I am getting whatever the efforts I am putting, I am getting the benefit from that. If we feel that is nothing but satisfaction, and whatever the work we are doing, we must do it with a lot of passion. Many people many people are lagging. They don't have passion towards the work. They are not dedicated, they are not committed. Simply they will come and go, that's all. Every day morning they will come, they will do some work, they will go, that's all. They don't have any feeling. They are working but without feeling. That is their problem. So that's why they cannot enjoy work. So that is also we have to keep in mind. Job satisfaction is very, very important parameter. If we are once we satisfied every day by day, if we are satisfying, automatically our performance will improve. We will work with a lot of activeness, and we can share whatever the knowledge we gained with our co-workers, with our colleagues, and also with our company. So that's why I always keep in mind job satisfaction. Everyone has to reach, has to achieve in working place. That is possible once every individual is emotionally very strong. If we improve our emotional intelligence, then only we can achieve a career success in workplace. We can see. That's why this emotional intelligence plays a very important role. So you can learn this by understanding emotion psychology. Psychology means what? Psychology means what we are feeling, how we are thinking, how to observe our own emotions, to understand our own emotions towards the particular situation. That is called emotion psychology. It's emotions because we are all human beings. We are leading with emotions. Without emotion, we never define ourselves as a human being. So any human being is who is a leader means here emotions are leading our life. I can say emotions are leading our life. So that is the importance of this emotion psychology, that improves the emotional quotient and which leads to higher performance in workplace performance, and we can advance our individual person career graph also. We can get very good opportunities once we are emotionally very strong. At the time of interview itself, the if you are talking or if you are responding to the questions during interview process, if we are giving very good answers, automatically we can get the opportunities, because that is possible once we are emotionally very strong. So such kind of intelligence we have to exhibit starting from the interview stage itself, whenever we have gone to interviews. This is applicable for students also, as well as for middle level to senior level employees also. This emotional intelligence is very much required to develop and to improve ourselves. So that is the importance of this emotional intelligence in our regular life. is very much this skill is very much required in business or business field, medical field, academic line, education field. If we want to maintain very good relationship with our family, with our friends, with our colleagues, with our co-workers, whoever it may be, this emotional intelligence is very much required. This is the time to think about the importance of this emotional intelligence and how to develop this skill, this skill, starting from a school child to the very senior citizens or senior human beings. So I would like to thank for all the participants for listening this valuable presentation, which is very much useful for everyone. I hope and believe everyone will get benefited from this presentation, and I think this may bring some change in your life after this presentation. Thank you very much for the opportunity. If you have any doubts, you can raise me the questions now.